Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted GM, Brian, welcoming you once again after the holidays of 2021 to a new 2022 of our Dragon's Demand run-through. You know, it's been a couple of weeks since myself and the other hard slingers were able to get behind the virtual eye of destiny in our digital rage room and actually record another episode of our Dragon's Demand run-through. I know everybody's schedules were pretty tight. I know a couple people got sick, including me. I'm one of them. But you know, we're all social distancing via hundreds of miles, if not thousands of miles. So I think we're pretty safe to play another game. So that's what we're doing. So I want to remind everyone how they can get in touch with the show before they watch it, because I know on the back end of the show, nobody wants to listen to the thank you speech that I put back there. Did you know I put one back there? It's back there. Listen to it. Listen to the one up front too first. Follow us on any one of our social media footprints on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Subscribe to us over on our YouTube channel at Roll the Hard 20. Don't forget, we also have, we got our website at rollthehard20podcast.com, right into the show at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com, because if you hear us roll hard 20 and you write into the show, we'll give you a shout out and send you a D20. And you know what? I did that this episode. I rolled the first hard 20. I was happy, I'm sure. The hard slingers were not happy, but I don't care because they deserved it. So, without further delay, warm up your dice and top off your glass as Roll the Hard 20 podcast presents episode 37 of our Dragon's Demand run-through, Hunclay'S Love Room. Enjoy. I just make these titles up on the fly. It sounds great. Hunclay'S Love Room. Bye.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Good evening.
See, you're on the shitter.
Been a hot minute.
That's right.
Once again on the toilet.
On the toilet, baby.
Hey, I got your Christmas card. Did you see I got it?
Yeah, I did. I just didn't have service for a while, so I was
It was much appreciated.
off the grid. No
You
problem.
have it in front of you. Can we see? Is it like a classic Christmas card, or is
It's
it
a
sexy?
gingerbread man with half of his head bitten out of. So I don't have it with me.
That sounds about par for the course for Junior and Brian.
Totally. He
So.
signed it the dogs' names too, which is always awesome. Copper and Gamora. I'm
You
sure
got to
they'll
do it like with your left hand, so
Yeah.
it's like sloppy and like a
I'm
little.
sure they'll jump on tonight. Wish me a happy new year.
You'll hear one of them at least.
Mm-hmm.
So, how's everyone's Christmas and New Year been? Might as well get this out of the way. Seems it's been a while.
I did a whole lot of nothing.
That sounds amazing.
That's what I said. I said that to Christy a little short while ago.
Yeah, I mean, doing nothing is amazing.
There was quite frankly a slight bit too much of nothing, but only a slight bit.
Oh, okay. Just a tidbit.
Just like, if there was, there were a few days where like I kind of followed Chris's example where it was like, pajamas, like not getting out of bed till like noon or whatnot and stuff, and just
You
it
binge any
was
good
a
TV?
little too much for me, huh?
Binge any good TV?
Yeah, I actually binged the whole thing of Lower Decks. That
What
was
is
fun.
Lower Decks.
I have no
Star
idea.
Trek Lower Decks.
Oh,
It's like it would be like if they did a South Park version, like animated version of Star Trek that is not quite so does not need to be bleeped out nearly as much.
What does that come on?
usually
Paramount
somebody's
Plus.
face, I'd imagine.
Yeah. I'd say on
Oh
the
my
stomach,
God.
on the back.
I mean,
wherever.
just because that's what you come on, Brian.
I'm married. That doesn't happen anymore.
Well, I mean, that's your problem for getting married.
Everybody's eating that cake.
I'm like, I can
Well-
show off my Christmas gift. It's not as sexy as your desert rose, but check out this baby.
Desert Kiss. Get it right. Cthulhu.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's only partially colored, but rocking that tonight.
Awesome.
Very nice.
That should
How
be
come
a
that
present
reminds
here.
me of a scene of like Step Brothers. It's okay.
Let's all do
mine's not
show and
movie
tell.
Theater. I got the dice tray.
There it is.
That is beautiful.
I would flip the other side, but I got all my dice in it. Well, some of
Oh,
the
look
dice.
at that. Well,
The
you know what?
main
You
ones I'm
showed me
using.
that. You sent me
Mhm.
a picture of that.
A picture of it.
Yeah, I remember
Mancala.
that. You said it had just shown up not too long ago. So, well, does everybody remember where we were at?
No.
Hunclay'S Manor.
It's
I know
tragic we don't
Hunclay'S
have some
Manor.
kind of an archives that we can actually resource this stuff to.
I know.
Right.
All right,
Should
well, I'll
start
give you a
filming
quick
these.
rundown after this. Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted game master, Brian, welcoming you once again to another episode of our Dragon's Demand run through, and with me, the Hard Slingers. Yeah, year 2022. Wake up, dogs, wake up. So you guys had just finished going through Hunclay'S study where you discovered a locked chest that had a bunch of books, a bunch of tomes in there. Warren, you managed to procure 4 scrolls off of one of his desks. Dempsey, you broke another staging alchemist table in your frustration for having let another arcane lock blast Stubby in the face twice. Good job. Appreciate it. Almost took him.
We're just glad he still has
down.
a face left.
And Warren managed to also snaggle one particular item from the library without anybody else seeing. After you guys made your investigation of the study, you decided to go across the library, and instead of going up the ladder to wherever that trapdoor led, you decided to approach the door that was against the west wall. And that is where we will pick up.
You said a trapdoor on the west side?
No, there's a ladder right next to the door in the west wall that goes up to the ceiling where there's a trap door in the ceiling.
In the ceiling. Okay.
Yes.
What's our I don't remember what's our current marching order.
How's it put me up front? Dempsey's
yeah,
usually
it's
the
Dempsey.
kick in the face.
Stubby, Warren, and Flint. That was the order that I had on the shaft right here.
Is this like a Clark Griswold Christmas Vacation? Like you have to reach up and grab the thing and pull it down, or is it like you just walk up the ladder and open it?
There's no string hanging down, but it's probably maybe 12 feet above your head that you'd have to go up to, climb the ladder to get to it to flip it up.
It's too tall for me, so
I don't even think standing on Dempsey's shoulders that I could reach it.
Well, you have to climb the ladder. The ladder goes all the way down to the bottom.
Oh, there's a ladder.
Oh.
Okay.
There's still a ladder.
As I remember, Stubby, was trying to move us ahead. So we were kind of like, where do you want to go? So like, what's the move? Where do you want to go?
Yeah, I think we were all feeling like we wanted to get up to that trapdoor up there.
Okay.
Actually,
So-
not. If you listen to the
Okay.
previous episode, you guys wanted to go through the door in the west wall.
Yeah, I was recalling that. I think it was more prudent to just try to complete this floor before we move on to the next one.
But
Yep.
you guys do what you want to do.
So Warren, I'm still confused of, with our where were we planning to go?
Are you asking Warren or are you asking Ryan?
No, I'm asking Warren.
Warren just kind of like looks at you and just says, I think the most prudent option is just let's finish this floor. We can move to the attic afterwards. And then apparently there are fun things that may be awaiting us in the basement.
Look, the sooner we can get out of here, the better. I'm over this place. This is taking too long.
Okay. I will move to Dempsey's going to move up to the next door on this level and put his ear up to it and listen
All right, make that perception check.
Ooh, that's a 24.
22, 24. You
24.
do not hear anything on the other side of the door from where you're standing, ear against the door.
Okay, I'm gonna open the door and push it or pull it in.
It is locked.
Mr. Stebby, I think I need your
Me?
skills. She's
Um,
locked.
Warren will take a moment as Dempsey steps aside and just double check to make sure the lock is not magic.
Okay, and that's a passive maneuver. Correct?
Well, it's a cantrip I'm using.
Okay, it does not have anything on the door handle. You don't detect anything like you detected on the chest and the other door across the way from you.
Yeah. While I pick this lock and somebody hold hold their hands over my ears.
Everybody's like got
Stand in
hands.
front of you with a shield.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I move up to that door and I've seen that they've tried the lock and it didn't open, right?
Mhm.
That's correct.
Okay. So I pull out my thieves tools, fold it open, kind of look at the lock, look back at my thieves tools and kind of ascertain what type of tools that I want to use for this. I pull out, pick and I start to go to work on that lock.
Yeah. Do
As
it.
Stebby's trying to go to work on that lock, Flint kind of bumps him on the shoulder and tells him, "Hey, want to try these?" Dangling the 3 keys that he has already in his possession.
Which one would
And
you
I'll,
like?
I'll hand the keys to Stubby.
Okay.
So I'll grab the keys and I'll try the first key. Remind me, what's the first key look like?
One was
There's a
Go ahead.
go ahead.
No, you have it better than I do.
One was a bronze key. One was I want to say I have it in a different notebook. I got a new notebook for this for notes. I think one was a gold, bronze, and I can't remember what the other one was.
Iron.
Phallus.
So I say phallus?
What? No.
Oh.
Iron.
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 Where's your
bronze,
mind,
gold.
Brian?
I don't know. I could have swore somebody said that. I don't know. I'll listen to the replay.
So
That's
iron,
someone said
bronze, and
phallus. I
gold?
was like, what the fuck?
This is find the phallus.
No, iron, gold, and bronze.
Okay. I'll try the iron key first.
Okay. It does nothing.
Okay.
What is the doorknob? Maybe they match.
They're color coded.
Oh, what is
Yeah, is it like a bronze doorknob? Or?
It's just a nondescript metal. It could be iron, it could be brass, bronze. It's hard to tell. It could be pewter.
Just a thought.
Good thought, though. I like that thought.
Okay.
It looks bronze almost.
So iron key, no worky. I will try the gold key next.
Does not unlock it.
Okay. I pull the key out. I'm kind of starting to get frustrated, that this is taking so long, that we're still fucking with keys. So I'll try the bronze key.
And the door unlocks.
Nice.
Right.
So Stebby just kind of looks down a little bit and shakes his head.
This is taking too long.
He's a little frustrated with himself that he's kind of being impatient about
I
this.
think he needs a snack.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody give him a
Stubby,
juice
do you
box.
need a nap?
Give
Yeah.
him a juice box. Somebody burp little Stubby.
Okay. I remove that key and I hand the ring back to Flint, nod to him, thanking him for the keys, and I will. Is that door open inward or towards us?
Inwards.
Hinges on left or the right?
I'm going to say they're on the left side, which
Left
would make the
side?
door handle on the right side.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open that door, but I'm going to do it with my left hand, where kind of outstretched, where I'm closer to the hinges,
Okay.
and then swing that door open.
As you stand at the threshold of this new room, you see it's another 30-foot by 40-foot room. This particular room, though, appears to be a bed chamber. You see richly appointed with 3 armoires against the western wall and 3 tall wardrobes against the south wall. You see a canopy bed in the northwestern corner, but it bisects the corner. So it's not against a wall. It just kind of, it juts out like it's more towards the middle of the room with a...
Is it like diagonal?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's like bisecting that corner. And at the foot of it, you see a chest.
Oh.
And as you kind of peek in there, you see that there's another desk that's in the northeast corner against the eastern wall. And what appears to be an ornate tub next to that desk against the east wall, and a large bare rug right in front of the bed.
In
Again,
front
I've
of the,
seen a
chamber
theme
pot?
going on here. Yeah.
hold on, the bare rug is in front of the bed.
Right,
And
you got the bed,
foot-
you got the chest, and you got this big bare rug that's
underneath the chest.
No, it's just like in the floor, taking up the space of the rest of the room, covering up these big gray stones that make up the floor.
Got it. And you said that the dressers were
There's
on
3 armoires against the eastern wall and 3 tall wardrobe cabinets against the southern wall.
Okay.
We may have found the master's chambers. I'm gonna walk in and just do a 360, walk around, see if anything explodes. Yeah, just karate way through, like a little jump kick halfway through.
What the?
Supplies.
Warren will, from the corner where the door is, just do a quick sweep of the room for magic, see if there's anything more than the basic like wall stones having their low level like magic hum.
The whole room gives off an aura about it.
Mhm.
Good vibes, bad vibes.
Is this different, like a stronger aura than like what the walls normally give off?
It's a different feeling to it. It's it feels as though it's a different practitioner. It's not so much protection as it feels. The rest of the building gave off like a warding. This feels different in this room.
There's a lot of magic in here, but I don't believe it is necessarily defensive. I think it may have been given how powerful he obviously is, I would assume that it's more just to aid as a lifestyle. So if something moves suddenly, be cautious, but I don't think it would necessarily be dangerous. I do also pay specific attention to the chest.
Now, where are you guys all at? You guys are all still out of the room, or did you guys actually go in? Are you looking at stuff?
Well,
I need to know
Dempsey's in the middle of the room, right?
No, I didn't know he walked in.
Oh.
Yeah, I walked in, did my kung fu.
Okay, as you
Okay.
walk in, you hear a growl emanate from the room.
Is
Flint
it the
closes
bear?
the
Like
door
there's this
behind
little.
All right, fists come up.
Warren kind of tries to like pinpoint where that growl may be coming from.
Okay, go and make your perception check.
It's been a hot minute since I've rolled this,
We're using that little D20 looking thing.
right?
Yeah.
Dice thing.
That's not terrible though. That's a 19.
19. It seems to be emanating from everywhere.
We're in the belly of the beast.
Start punching
So
the
it would seem-
walls and just fucking it up like a Kyle.
I go
Flint,
Kyle.
what are you doing?
Still outside the door, letting everyone kind of go in. Is everyone in? Stebby, are you in as well?
No, I'm watching Dempsey, throw his fist at the air. Kind of like what I look at Flint. Do you see what he's doing? He's like throwing his fist around. Doesn't that seem kind of odd to you?
He's possessed.
I'm still outside the door, just wondering what the hell Dempsey's doing.
Um,
Warren, what are you doing?
I will just kind of like sigh, start pulling out my notes, and then start inventorying the room.
Okay. So you're walking around inventorying.
Mm-hmm.
What do you
So
want to
he comes
inventory?
in all smooth with his book, and I imagine that Dempsey's just like on full alert, just waiting for something to come out. And he's like, Mr. Magic, is this okay? What are we doing?
Well,
What-
you're apparently looking like a concerned individual for what I can tell is no reason at the moment.
What would you like
But
to
I
inventory
appreciate-
first, Belham?
Right. So I think did you like freeze for a second there? Oh, okay.
Everybody needs like live analog clocks behind them, so we
Just
can
right.
see the fucking second hands and shit.
Just do this. Just
Yeah.
everybody do this the whole time.
Shake your head like a reverse pendulum or what is it? A metronome?
Metronome.
Yeah.
Warren says, "You do whatever you like to Dempsey. At the moment, we are here for a reason, and I'm going to." And I look over at Stabby as I say this. Try to make sure that it's done in a timely fashion.
All right. So I think he's just feeling
Oh.
a little bit sheepish. So he's just going to go up against the wall and kind of cross his arms and try to not feel stupid.
He's been put in his place.
Flint will enter the room. Can I make a quick perception check throughout the thing? I want to use stone cutting to see if there's anything different about this room with the stone layout.
Okay.
What are you drinking there?
Baby. That's going to be 29.
29. Holy fuck, Flint. It doesn't appear any different than the room that you came from across the way, the study, but all the stone that you're seeing that's not covered up with the floor rug or the armoires and stuff, they look typical of everything else you've seen. Nothing looks different.
Since I'm already looking, is there any photographs or paintings on the wall like all the other rooms that we've seen?
This room is devoid of the paintings that you'd seen in the library and in the study and downstairs in the dining room area and in the, if you want to call it like the lavatory or lounge area that where they had the couches with the big ornate globe in the corner. All those rooms seem to depict these pictures of like desert pyramids and the night skies with constellations and celestial bodies and stuff. This room doesn't have any of that going on in there at all.
Plain Jane, eh?
Well, either that or he did not entertain in his room. People put up trappings such as that to display their wealth. And while he kind of Warren kind of like toe bumps the bear rug, while it is certainly cozy in here, it does not look as though he had much in the way of overnight company.
As soon as you toe bump that rug, you see it move slightly. You see something begin to manifest atop of the rug. And you see this large grizzly bear begin to take shape right in the middle of the room of this rug. And let's roll some initiative for 2022.
I knew. I was sitting there listening to that, and I'm like, that fucking rug is going to come to life.
That is how
Oh,
you be
Lordy.
patient as a GM.
Oh man.
Stubby, what's your initiative?
Might help if I roll it.
Flint,
10.
Warren,
14.
Dempsey,
11.
Stubby.
22.
Good grief. It won't be enough, though, to save you.
The bear's just going to eat me in one chomp.
Stubby, you from outside of the room bore witness to Warren walking up in the middle of his speech and explained to Dempsey, who has a low intelligence, why he believes that there's no pictures on the wall because he doesn't want to display his wealth when he's doing these wild, funky things in this room. And as his toe just barely notches this bear rug, you see this large, full-size grizzly begin to manifest and take shape in the middle of this 30 by 40 foot room. What are you going to do, Stippy? Please tell me.
First, I'm going to face palm, and shake my head like, come on, guys. Seriously? Middle of the room. Where is Warren in relation to this bear? He's at he's got to be standing right in front of it at this point.
He's got to be right next to it because I'm assuming that he towed probably the head portion
one of
it.
the arms or something.
Wherever you're at in this room, you could be close to one of the hind legs of this rug or the forelegs, wherever. You'd be danger close wherever you're at, though.
Warren is painfully aware of that fact.
Dempsey, you're against the wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Flint is outside with me.
Okay. What would you like to do, Stubby? Close that door and lock it with the bronze key?
Yeah, and laugh.
We'll
Okay.
remember this.
So this is really kind of our first, maybe our second combat exercise in Pathfinder. So I'm trying to determine, I haven't figured this out yet. Do I get sneak attack, or how do I determine if I get sneak attack on this?
He'll be flat-footed if you go before him.
And they're
Sorry.
yeah, you're right though. But is that he's flat-footed at this point because he hasn't gone in his initiative order, correct?
Mhm.
Who's
then-
flat-footed?
If
The
we
bear.
flank him, you would get it. And then if we can do any kind of maneuver or spell that would make him dazed, something like that, you could also get it. If he's not aware of your presence, so if you're stealth, then you would get it. Or if you use a magic potion, so you're vanished or invisible, you would get it.
But okay, so with me being outside the door, is he aware of my presence, GM?
Well, it's aware of everything, but you go before he goes. So he's flat-footed, so you get that sneak attack bonus.
Okay, that's what I wasn't sure
Yeah.
is so I get the sneak attack. So I get to add that damage. So I am going to from my location, I'm going to equip my short bow and take a shot at the bear's face.
Okay.
And hold on a sec, I got to adjust my modifier because it is not a negative. I'm going to roll, that's a 25.
That's going to hit my bear.
And damage, I do 9 points of piercing damage.
Damn.
Barely felt it. Oh, please, come on. Someone
Weak.
can make the joke.
It's like an uncle joke. That's not even good enough to be a dad joke.
That's like an uncle that just got released from prison joke, and he's staying with you.
You're bringing back a lot of memories.
But hold on, I also
good.
get 2d6. That's just my normal damage.
Okay.
That's my 1d4. So I need to roll 2d6 for my sneak attack damage. That's another 6 points.
Make sure you give me all that information right out of the gate.
Well, I was reading while I was. It's the first time I've rolled it, so I'm trying to figure what
You're down to me. Well, it has one target right next to it, and it would be a fool not to attack that one target with its claws first.
Right.
And I believe that 21 is going to hit
Yep.
for 9 points of damage, and he grabs you with that, and then he's going to attempt to bite you at the same time. And that's going to hit as well for 20 for another 6 points of damage. And you are currently grappled. Warren. From your
I believe
grapple position.
yes, I believe it is a acrobatics to try to escape being grappled.
It is a combat maneuver, I believe, to get out of that, and that should be on your sheet where you go against my my bonus. You want to do your defense against my bonus.
Okay, so my defense is 14.
And you break free from his grasp.
Nice.
Okay. Can I do I'm assuming that was my action. Can I do like a guarded step and just move 5 feet without provoking an attack of opportunity?
Yeah, you can move 5 feet even if you get up from a prone position. So.
Oh, was I also prone?
No, I'm just saying, like, if you were
Oh,
down.
okay.
But I'm just
Okay.
go ahead and do the 5-foot step back.
Okay. I'm just gonna try to get out of like immediate melee reach so that hopefully next round something else will be in front of this and I can actually cast a spell. And that is my turn.
Dempsey.
How far away is it from me?
If you're against the wall, what wall are you against? Did you go
Not the one with the door in it, but to the right of that, I would say.
just to the right of the door, or
Mhm.
so you're against
Just
the
like leaving room where the other guys would have come in.
Okay, so you're 10 feet away from it.
Okay. I'll move up and I'm gonna power attack and just come in with a haymaker right into that thing's face.
Cold cock that bitch.
That's a 17.
17's going to hit.
Fuck it. So that is 6 regular and 4 fire.
Fire from a punch.
Yeah. The hand wraps are just sizzling. So now I'm up in his grill.
Did you want to do anything else while you're there? You got anything else?
No,
got
you
going
just
on?
see his face. He's like come alive for the first time since you've seen him. Since he joined this group, he's just like, this is what he loves.
Yeah, and you guys have never seen Dempsey in action before. I mean, you guys have each watched yourselves just wipe these kobolds, the floor with these guys, but to see something else, that's awesome. Flint, you just watched Dempsey walk up to this bear, just 1-2 this thing, just with a solid punch. What are you gonna do, Flint? Take your mute off,
You're
Flint.
muted.
Blink twice if you're not frozen.
There you go.
Dogs are
Nice.
barking. Flint, seeing the Macho Man punch this bear, he's gonna join the attack and attack with his mace.
Punch that bear right in its face.
Did you freeze again?
Yeah.
The suspense is killing me, Flint.
Hold up one finger for attack.
Where are you going with that finger?
I like to think that
16.
as this is going, you just hear the drop kick Murphy.
What was that, Flint?
16.
16 will hit. My God, what are you using? Dial up?
All right, for 8 points of blood.
8 points. Stabby,
6.
6 points.
8. No, sorry, you're right. It was 8. Sorry.
Stabby, you watched Flint enter the room. Everybody except for you is in there. What would you like to do?
I'm going to attack this bear from a distance again with my short bow.
All right.
And I am going to roll. Whoop. It's a 9.
9. I'm afraid that's your answer, my friend. 9.
I stay in my current location. Can I still? Do I still have an action at the end of combat though?
To move.
That's it, just to move.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. I'm staying put.
So Lucky Bear, he now has 3 targets to focus on. 1, 2 for Warren, 3, 4 for Flint, 5, 6 for Dempsey.
Well, I am not within immediate reach of him. I stepped away.
Oh, okay.
So
Flint, you're the lucky victim today.
All right. Let's see, baby. Come on.
So he reaches out and flails his claw down on you for 23 to hit.
Ooh. Yeah, that's
Oh,
gonna hit.
lucky you, that's only 6 points of damage. But he grabs you as well. And then attempts to bite you. Oh, the hard 20.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right in to get it, people.
Yeah. Right in. Get my dice. RollHard20podcast at gmail.com. I will send you a dice and give you a shout out on the show. Let me back that up with a 1, so it does not back up. For 8 points of damage with the bite. Flint, you're going to have to find another place to be recording from if you keep freezing up like that and to put you on the roof of your house. So
Right,
you're
have
currently
Like,
grappled at this
stand
point.
there holding his antenna in like awkward positions.
Warren, you just watched this brutal beast attack Flint, claw him and grab him, bite him on the head. What would you like to do?
I think that this bear needs to
Calm the fuck down.
needs to chill. But to that effect, we're actually just going to attempt to nail it with an elemental ray. So that is, I make a ranged touch attack to hit an AC 21.
Oh shit, that's gonna hit.
Awesome. In that case, the bear takes. Let me see.
The suspense
Why are
is
the dice
killing me.
never easy to find on this thing? The bear takes 6 points of fire damage as Warren just holds out a hand and just a ray of fire just strikes this bear.
Oh, right. Well, it's still up and going. You have anything else in your bag of tricks there, Warren?
I'm going to move further away from it into the corner.
All right. Putting Warren in the corner. Dempsey.
Nobody puts Warren in the corner, baby.
That's right.
I am just gonna go in, just keep working the body. 2-weapon fighting, so 2 hits. Ooh, first one's an 11. Ooh, 1.
Oh. So Flint
yeah.
is right next to you. Why don't you go ahead and make that dex save to make sure you don't clock Flint.
Dex save.
I'm in his
That's
mouth.
14. Okay, now attack Flint.
Oh shit! Yeah, this is gonna be the natural 20 right here.
Yep.
Oh, that was a 2, so I think you might be okay.
Okay.
That's an 8.
That should be okay. Flint, you survived that? Good. Flint,
Switching
you're
dice.
currently in the... Oh, do you have anything else you want to do, Dempsey?
No.
Flint, you're currently grappled by this thing. Why don't you try to get out of that thing?
All right. Straight up strength.
You're going to do your combat maneuver defense against my bonus. So, what's your...
All right. Here we go then. I'll roll the dice. 18.
Beats my 1. So you
Alright.
pop out of its claw. And you could... you got a movement if you want to move your 5 feet like Warren had done. And I'm sure I'm totally butchering up this aspect of the rules. So let me know if I've fucked that up there, Dave.
With 5 feet of movement.
Hey, you're the GM. Light it up.
All
All
right,
right, well, that's where we're going. We're going to go with that
All
roll
right.
for right now. So,
Not provoking.
not
Gonna
provoking.
take. All right. I'm gonna take my movement out and resettle myself. And I
Oh.
think that's probably all I can do. An action, a movement, and that's it. That's all I can do.
That is it. Stabi, from the cowardice corner of the doorway, what would you like to do now? Throw a candle in there.
Maybe I have a couple left. Set his ass on fire. I'm going to stay in my current position. I'm going to draw back my short bow yet once again. And roll a 10.
Sorry, my friend.
I'm going to stay in my current position.
Looks at you, Dempsey. You're the only one close. Up with the claw. For an 11. That's probably going to miss you.
Nope.
And then try with the bite. Even worse. Ugh. It will actually move closer to you, Warren.
Oh, great.
Starts lumbering towards you. Up on its hinds. What would you like to do, Warren, as it moves closer to you?
How far does
Is
it
it-
move? Do I get attack?
Just
of
the 5
opportunity?
feet. It just moves
Okay.
the 5 feet.
Is it
Which
so?
puts
It
oh, actually, you moved further though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Warren? Okay.
Uh-huh.
So it will move even more. So if you want to go ahead and take that attack of opportunity, Dempsey,
That will be a 12.
that will miss. So it has closed the distance to you, Warren. You're right next to each other again.
great. You guys just hear like cursing like this just kind of like harsh language that like sounds like Warren's trying to talk to fire. And then he just pulls out his rapier and just like goes to just stab this thing. That is a that's a threat. So it hits 20 AC, but it's a threat range. I'm using a rapier, so it's a threat range to crit. So I roll that again, right?
Does it crit on a 19?
It crits on an 18 through 20.
Okay, so then you want to roll and back it up. And if it would hit again, then it does the crit damage.
Okay, that would hit an AC 17.
That'll hit.
Okay, so it's double damage.
It's max damage plus roll damage.
Oh, okay. If that's the case, then it just takes 12 points of piercing damage. As Warren just like goes and skewers this thing.
And that's exactly what you do as you skewer this thing. Dempsey having softened this thing up with his fists of fire. Stubby having fired upon him right out of the gate, and you finishing it off with your little
Nice.
needler. You watch this bear collapse right in front of you and literally fall on the bear skin rug that it had once came from. You hear it exhale and just peter out. The room gets quiet again. It's just you four and Hunclay'S
Warren.
Love Shack.
Warren
Right.
just kind of like breathing heavily. He's like mauled and like his clothing is like torn in a couple spots, and he's just like looking at this thing, and then he just like winds up and just tries to kick this bear rug as far to the other side of the room as he can.
You recall that doing that before is what got us in this, right? Kicking the bear.
Dempsey's gonna do it too, and he's just like, "I like your moves."
Don't be fisting the bear. Okay, so what would you guys like to do while you're in this room at this point?
So I want to just clarify one thing real quick, Brian, because so I had like done a once over on the room with detect magic, and like while the room's magic was unique, there was nothing like untoward or specific about it compared to the rest of the house. Was the rug itself magical?
It was a trap. It was a type
Okay.
of arcane trap that had a conjuration magic to it, which is why it was different than the rest of the wards of the house.
Okay.
So it wasn't set off like the arcane locks.
Mm-hmm.
It was a different trap altogether.
Okay. Afterwards, Warren will wipe Warren will resheath his rapier and just like after just gathering himself for a couple of moments, will just pull out his notes and just go back to inventorying.
So tell me what you'd like to inventory as you're going around doing your things or whatever.
Yeah, Warren will, kind of well, first off, he's gonna inventory the rug, and there may or may not be various expletives after it on the list. But also too is like inventorying like the, doing a brief description of the bed, inventorying it. There is the chest, and I'll kind of like take a close eye on it with detect magic. Is the chest trapped like the other ones?
No, it is not.
Okay. I'll look at it. Is it like a simple latch? Is it something that can easily be opened?
It does have a latch with a lock on it. It looks a little more complicated though than like a simple door lock.
Okay. I'll turn to Stabby and says, this one doesn't appear to have any magic on it, but it is locked, and I believe that puts it in your wheelhouse.
But before you open that, Stibby, I would actually like to heal some of us up.
Yes, that would be appreciated.
That is 7. I don't know if I add anything to it.
This is a channel.
So assuming that we're all, I'm using channel. So I'm using channel. I'm assuming everyone's by the chest, investigating the chest. So we're all within 30 feet. So everyone would get 7 points of healing. I rolled really shitty.
Bear really needed that too.
There's backup.
Ed.
There's backup. Second coming.
Right. Warren just kind of like nods and thanks. And then makes it after you gesture to Stabby.
So I'll step into the room. I want to look at that lock. Does that lock look like it will take the types of keys that Flint had?
No, it does not.
Okay. Now we detected only for magic traps. That doesn't cover traps of the mechanical sort.
No.
Okay. So I'm going to attempt a perception on that lock to see if there's some mechanical trap.
Okay.
So 13.
From what you can gather, you don't think there's one?
Hey, Flint, can I borrow your shield?
Can I borrow your finger?
Oh, I think poor Flint got distracted by something.
If you're doing that, Dempsey will get in with the shield like we did last time, and I'll give you some cover.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So perception. Actually, I'm going to attempt to disable said device.
Disable said device.
So you said that lock is a little bit more complex.
Yes, it is.
So would you consider it average or beyond average for complexity?
Is it?
It would be
made?
a bit more of a difficult setup.
Roll knowledge locks.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to ascertain what the DC is of that lock.
Well, I know what the DC is, though.
No, I know. I'm thinking in my head. It's for the listeners. 17.
It does not disengage.
But you also don't get blown up.
Yeah, nothing came out at you.
Okay. I'll look back and kind of say, guys, you can step back. I think this is okay. Now I get another attempt at this lock, but it takes me longer to try to disable this.
Well, it goes up in difficulty if you do that, though.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to give it one more shot.
Okay.
Hold on a sec. 8.
No.
Hey, Dempsey, I'm having some trouble with this lock. Is this maybe something that you want to try to smash open?
Look at Flint. You still got that crowbar.
I don't think
this
Flint has
point-
much of anything at this point.
Assuming Flint would still give me the crowbar, I think I'll take that and I'll just put it in, and I'll put, you see him just put his boot right on top of the chest, and he's just killing the thing.
Okay. Go ahead and make your strength check against its hardness.
Ooh, that was an 18, so that's
Okay.
going to be 23.
Points of damage?
No, 23 strength.
Okay, yeah. Roll your damage for it, though, too.
Just like a normal
Good.
attack.
Yeah, because you got to go against the hardness of the chest itself. You got to deplete its hardness.
So hard right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is it made out of?
Yeah, I guess I'll call it like my normal fist attack.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
well, and plus, add your strength bonus to the 1d4 of the crowbar.
Uh,
You know what
sorry,
I'm
I'm a little bit lost. So a
Okay,
D4
roll
for the
1d4.
crowbar. Okay,
Roll 1d4.
and then plus
add
my
your-
strength.
Yeah, plus your strength.
It's only 4 points of damage.
Okay. So
Okay.
you hear the wood splinter, but it doesn't let go.
He hit it like this.
Meaning that the integrity of the box is still intact. It would be like if you're using your strength to break down a door.
Mhm.
You wouldn't just break the door down, because a door would have a hardness of, say, 10. So you'd have to deplete its
It's like an
hardness.
extra hit points before you actually damage it.
Exactly.
So if you keep doing it, you're going to deplete its hardness.
Thank you.
So that chest
Figuring-
is basically
Knock it.
fully rigid right now.
Knock its HP out.
Warren, while they're putting the love on this thing, what would you like to do?
Well, while they're, trying to get through the hardness of the toy chest,
You like saying that way too much.
so the room, so there's like still like the bed, there's still the you said there was like a porcelain, like a elegant like bathtub of sorts in the
Yeah,
corner.
it's not super huge. It's probably like a 3-foot diameter basin
Okay.
that you'd put your body in. It's right next to a desk with a single drawer,
Mhm.
3 armoires, and 3 clothes closets.
Okay. I'll be inventorying them. What I'll be doing as I get to like the armoires is assuming that they like are just like simply like latched closed, I'll actually be opening them with a mage hand.
Okay. Tell me where you're going first so I know what you're inventorying.
I'll just be going kind of like around the wall in kind of like an orderly fashion. So like
You wanna start at
assuming
the
like
desk and work your way, or you want to start at the
Yeah.
armoires and work your way?
we'll start at the desk.
Okay.
Check out his writing implements and anything that might be there.
You see that there's a few quills, but you also see that there's a piece of paper that's at an angle on the desk. But it doesn't
Okay.
look like there's anything written on it, though. It appears to be an empty page.
Again, I'm checking everything with detect magic to see if it specifically is magic versus like the general ambiance of the room and the building.
Okay, roll me a knowledge check, an arcana knowledge check.
19.
19?
Mhm.
It looks like maybe something was impressed on the paper, but you can't tell. Certainly not in this light.
Okay.
It gives off a faint aura, but other than that, you can't make anything else of it.
What is the light like in here?
It's still low lit.
Okay. I'll actually like just hold out my hand and cast the light cantrip and like look at it closer at like an angle. Like
Yeah, and as you do that, and you maneuver your light around the page, you see as the light goes around, like you see letters appear then disappear, letters appear and disappear. Wherever the most amplified portion of that light is at, you
Mhm.
see letters appear on on the
Okay.
page and then disappear.
I'll be like sweeping my light over it and seeing if I can make sense of whatever message might be on here.
It takes you a few moments, but you eventually do see what it looks like. I'm going to send it to you right now.
Save big by staying at a Holiday Inn Express.
It appears to be some kind of a list of some. Fuck you.
Really?
What's the fuck you, huh? Is that a fuck you level 1 or fuck you level 3?
Okay, here it goes. There it is.
Ooh, pretty.
And it looks like there's there's 5 items on this list. The first 2 of which appear to have been crossed out. The remainder portion of it specify repair hinges of secret door in Clockwork Lab, which have yet to be done. Attempt second contact with Dominion via books ritual before loan to A. Like there's just a capitalized initial A. And then the final one says confirm demolition state with A's kobolds.
And conjure accuser devil is that redisguising text of secrets of the dreaming dark.
Yes, that's the first part that's on the list, and it looks like it's crossed out.
Okay.
And then the second one says what?
Animate Dominion remains as guardian for Cave. Is what I'm seeing.
And that one has been crossed out as well.
So you guys like see like anyone who's paying any attention to Warren sees him like waving this light that's appearing over his hand, like over this sheet of paper. And like after a few moments of doing that, like he'll like just kind of stop, and you see like his hand kind of relax, and like the light fades, and even in a low light, you can see that he's gotten a little blanched, and says, I think we need to be careful. It is entirely possible that Hunclay has already summoned a devil. Where I don't know exactly. Do I recognize what a devil, an accuser devil would be? Do I like recognize what kind of creature?
You would go ahead and make an Arcana check. Let me see if there's anything that I would like a knowledge.
Oh shit! That's a 26.
I'm sorry. Do knowledge planes.
Oh, that one.
You could still use your same roll.
Okay. That one would not be as high. I don't really have anything significant in that.
Okay.
That would come out to a 22.
Oh, well, still decent. You know that this is something that comes from somewhere in the abyss. One of the multi layers, multi rings of the abyss.
Mm-hmm.
You yourself have never summoned one that I'm aware of. Perhaps at some point you can convey with your benefactor and maybe get some information about that. But it wouldn't be something that you would just go off in the corner and have this one-on-one with. You'd want to be doing that.
No. It's not like a Ouija board or something.
No, it's not.
Just send him a text.
There's no we involved with this.
Right.
Send him a text.
Do I like the name, at least the name of it, even if I don't know exactly what it does? Do I know like where on the food chain of devils it sits?
No, you wouldn't know.
Okay.
I mean, that's something that, from what you've gathered about the books that Hunclay has been collecting, it probably has a lot to do with the years of studying things like the Dark Tapestry and Carcosa and other things of that nature.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's a very niche thing.
Warren is going to tuck the paper away with the intent to show it to the Baroness to prove that Hunclay was obviously conspiring with the kobolds. But then I'm gonna just continue checking like the rest of the desk, see if there's anything else there.
Okay. There's a single drawer that pulls out.
I will open it with Mage Hand, by the way, just in case.
You open it up. You see that inside there's a few wells of ink. There's some more quills in there, some more paper leaflets, and you see a ring with a key on it. Like a key ring with a solitary key on it.
I'll move the Mage Hand to pick it up, and then I'll take it over to Stabby and hand it to him and say, I wonder if this might be better than our good friend Dempsey arguing with the chest with the crowbar.
Imagine he's just like still with the crowbar. Now he's like got his shirt off.
What the fucking do this?
He looks up and like, motherfucker, we have keys. What the fuck are we doing?
And I didn't quite catch. What did you hand to me?
You have a Mage Hand that's floating in front of you with a key ring and a single key on it.
A double with cheese.
I will take the ghost hand. Do I need to give you a minute?
I just have this mental image of like Junior's like, and that's what I had last night.
Just that look on his face.
Right.
So I'll take the key from the mage hand, and I will attempt to open that chest lock. I first I look at Dempsey and I kind of hold this key up at him.
Right.
And say, hey, can you step aside for a moment? Let me try this key and see if this works, Dempsey.
Yeah. And he's like, I loosened it for you.
It's like a jar of pickles. Okay, so I'll try that key in the lock.
And you hear the lock give way easily. Just piece of cake.
It's a shitty hiding place.
So
it was right there.
Stabby gets a little excited, now that the chest is open. I hand that key back to Warren and I flip the lid of that chest open.
Okay. Inside you see a lot of shit inside here as far as things that would have been very important to Hunclay. You see a whole bunch of coins that are loose leaf on velvet. You see several gemstones of all different makes laying on there as well. You get the feeling that this is probably where he kept most of his fluid revenue, most of his income.
You're gonna say all sex stuff.
Yeah, you see this.
It's really the toy chest.
Fluids? What?
So it's just gemstones and coins, or is there more?
Yes, gemstones and coins.
That's it.
But it's worth quite a bit though. So
how deep is that chest?
It's not very deep. It's probably like 1.5 feet deep.
And do the coins and the gems take up what would be the entire depth of that?
No, not at all. Not at all. This isn't like some pirate's cove or something like that. I mean, it's organized properly. Whereas if somebody was going to go in and count out coins like John Wick style or something, and the gems are set aside with, say, diamonds and then rubies and onyx and other sapphires, things along that line. So they're not all intermingled where you just, look at me, I'm a, pirate in the cave. You'd have so many diamonds in their little area and so many this and so many that. And then you got gold coins, silver coins, shit like that.
Are the silver coins and gold coins, are they similar to the ones that we see in flow, like in Belhaim, or do we know maybe the origin of
these look,
coins? Because
they look like they're in circulation. I mean, a lot of them have different sculpted heads or icons on there. Most likely, whatever country that he has visited, whether it's Magnamar or Syrian or Last Wall or the Mwangi Expanse or whatever, that have created their own coins, minted their own shit. Eventually they wind up in circulation. They're just as good in one country as they are in the next country, as long as their weight in ounces are the same. They just have different
Is there a predominance of
the Mwangi we trust?
Yeah. Well, I just meant like maybe
Cannabis.
we could trace back. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good.
Mm.
It's a couple George Washingtons, couple Martin Sheens, you know.
I just meant like if find out where he's kind of been through the currency that he has.
Oh, I
Maybe they
see.
depict on like where these some of these places that he's been through, you know, kind of trace back to maybe what he's been up to.
Yeah, it doesn't look like one set of coins favor another. I don't think it's a good metric on probably determining where he came from. Because if he collected revenue from somebody and they paid him that way,
Mhm.
it wouldn't necessarily be that he had all these coins because he came from somewhere. Somebody
Well,
else could have
no,
came from there and paid
but-
him that way.
Exactly. He may be dealing with, he may be getting his income from a specific type of person who is from a specific area. So it's like, okay, is he doing business with a lot of people from here, or is it roll a dice and
It
Is
almost
it
seems
like
like
random?
a lot of these coins came from a local place. They came locally.
okay.
Because you got to remember,
Yeah.
he's only been here for a short time.
It's like
So-
literally the Baroness's face on it, basically.
No, it would. She probably wouldn't have had it minted after herself. Perhaps her husband or somebody else in the Belhaim lineage. You see,
Tula
Warren.
Belhaim.
There you go. But yeah, it seemed like most of them were probably from this location, and maybe that's what prompted him to come this way
Mm. Okay.
because he's not native to Belhaim.
Right. Okay. After the chest, Warren is going to do the chest last because he just does not want to deal with like if Stabby decides to do anything with whatever's in there.
You know, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I wanted to say something also. I think it was last episode, or maybe the episode before, but it was when you met Methesnic, and he was saying that Hunclay was going crazy that Barlow had fucked him over. Remember, there was an individual
Mm-hmm.
named Barlow.
But we don't know who Barlisle is.
No, you don't. But I'm just saying that, you know, if you start adding it up, he must be someplace local here too. You know, so maybe he had some dealings with that, which is why there's so much currency from the local
Interesting.
individual.
I'm curious about how he fucked him over.
It's in the thing.
Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna have to actually go back and rewatch those now.
I think
Again.
Dempsey doesn't even really know why they're doing this, so he's just gonna go start looking through the desk, make sure if there's anything else.
Yeah, there's nothing else of value in the desk. It seemed like most things that were of value would have been in the chest itself. The only thing that was in the single drawer of the desk was like spare ink wells, quills, papers. Nothing that gives anything else away.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably like I think I had mentioned last time. He probably didn't expect to die. You know, at least not right away. So wherever he went after his little temper tantrum, he probably expected to come back.
Curious.
So
Okay. Well, I mean, if there's nothing else that catches our attention specifically, Warren will finish with like the armoires and other furnishings.
okay, and as you go through the armoires, you see that there's just a lot of robes, a lot of cloth attire. It probably tallies in probably about 1,200 gold pieces. Nothing of a whole lot of intrinsic value in there. The biggest haul of the room most likely would be what was in the chest itself.
Mm-hmm.
So
Can I tell if that chest has a false bottom?
sure, go ahead. I mean, you can move the stuff around and do your inspection. Go ahead and
That's
make your
a-
perception.
26.
26. It's flush. There is no false bottom in this one.
Okay.
It almost seemed like the one that you found
ahead.
downstairs that had the false bottom in the kitchen was probably designed that way so that the hired help can have their own private little area that maybe Hunclay didn't know about, that you've
Fair
been
enough.
able to detect so far.
Okay.
Well, I think we have finished with this room. Warren looks over with disdain at the bear rug, kicks it one more time.
Roll. No.
Anyway, and then, yeah, I think we should move on. We've still got the attic and the basement.
You do?
Was there another room, or is that on the other side?
You're in the other room.
Yeah.
When you guys came up the spiral staircase and you were deposited in the library, there was a door in the east wall and a door in the west wall, and then a ladder that led up to a trap door above you. The door in the east wall led to the study with the arcane lock and everything. The door in the west wall led to this master bedroom right here.
Okay, so it's time to go upstairs.
Time to go upstairs, and we'll do that next session.
Right.
That's right. Maybe
Real
Flint
quick.
could join the party next week.
MC wants to say to Warren, just like, all the stuff that we're breaking and burning, are you writing that it was like that when we got here?
Oh, don't worry.
Well, Bethesda, he'll lie to it. He'll swear by it.
Right.
Thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeart Radio, Amazon Podcasts, and Audible. And if you like what you're listening to, leave us that 5-star rating and review. We've also got a YouTube channel at Roll the Hard 20, so if you're into watching, head on over there and hit that like bell, and don't forget to subscribe. We can also be found in the wild on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so don't forget to check us out and look for us out there. You can also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com, or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com, where you can also download the current show directly and view our archives and galleries. We got a lot of interesting stuff posted there, so head on over. And finally, join us on our Patreon page at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast, where you can become a hard slinger and pick up swag. So until next session, keep your dice warm and your glass topped off as you roll those hard 20s.